Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So of course, we just covered a video going over the new Mythic. It's in the normal Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for this week only. That'll be in a drop table with everything else. Pretty good. Decent mana accumulator, decent damage, great utility troop. Has its purpose. It's very similar to Gorgolfa, but is distinct enough that it would be used in different circumstances than Gorgolfa. Generally as a second or third slot, since it doesn't have any score reduction, but does have impervious to make up for it. Has a 5 damage to all enemies as well, which is kind of interesting per cast, but it's mostly used for its high mana accumulation, combined with its Doomskull poke, which can pretty much hit for about 60 damage, or 120 if they're 100 mark. Overall, pretty decent Mythic, definitely worth at least attempting for. Yeah, pretty good. And don't forget, if you're still looking for Iron Gut, he's still available for 3 more days in event keys. That is separated from the other drop table, so Iron Gut is still available for 3 more days for the rest of today, tomorrow, and Sunday until Monday reset. So if you're still looking for him, make sure to go to that. But of course, the main thing that we're going to be covering this stream, as well as throughout this weekend, is the new faction. So the Duergaroth has been added to the game. This place is associated to Karakoth. Over here, it should be enough to bring it to a +1 magic. I believe 21 stars it should be able to reach. So, of course, 20 stars is where it gets this 1 magic. So that will be pretty substantial once we end up getting that, telling us the Iron Hawk. We already did that earlier. Yeah, that's pretty much the game plan then. And pretty much spending most of the time doing everything related to this faction today. So let's start from the very first thing and actually unlock it. We get ourselves a +2 brown, +1 purple, -1 green banner. Unless it's +2/+2. Is it? Hold up. Is it actually +2? I highly doubt it. Let's see. Where is it? It was brown purple, right? Where'd it go? No, it's just a +2/+1. I had a feeling it would just be. But you never know after what they just did with the most recent faction. So that's kind of interesting color. So basically it's the same as the Drock Zoom banner, except a different minus color. So that definitely has potential. Interesting. We'll see how that pans out. I don't feel like you'd used it too much. I'm trying to think of like what you would use that's minus green instead of minus yellow for that. There's definitely something out there. +2 brown has a lot of builds. So it'll probably come into play occasionally. But more options is better than not more options. That is definitely 100% not worth it. Do not get that. But anyways, let's go to the questline, I guess, real quick. Switch over to Phoenicia builds and just auto-kill everything. And get through this questline and do the questline reading with our new mic. Or at least our new mic setup. If you haven't seen it yet, because we only used it for last night's stream, we do have a new mic setup, thanks to Isabel's generous donation. But yeah, we have a nice stand for it now. I do need to go fix my lighting, though, because if I move too far to the right, there's going to be a shadow cast on my face. Which is funny, but yeah, it's nice. I actually have room for, like, water and stuff in front of me now, since there's not a mic there anymore, which is kind of nice. Still need to get used to this setup. Still needs some tweaks, but it's pretty nice. Recorded, oh, I almost dropped the thing. Recorded this morning's video with it, too. Nice, not needing to worry about it being all the way on the side. Has its own stands now. But anyways, let's get into this. So, finally! So I didn't say hello to everyone yet. Let me go do that before we start reading this questline. Hello, Matt! Hello, Big Grand! Hello, Victor! I'm choking on my own saliva. Hold on a second. I am, like, choking on my own saliva right now. Apparently it's still too early in the morning, even though it's afternoon already. Anyways. Hello, Victor. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Camel. Hello, Lars. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Late Gaming. Hello, James. Hello, Humberto. Hello, Bushka. Hello, Bacon. Hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, George. Hello, Vitarol. And hello, everyone else. Welcome. So, let's get into things. Finley approached me, looking excited. I guess he had a plan to make some money. I have a plan to make some money. I thought so. Judging by that huge gate over there, I believe the deep dwarves may be nearby. Oh? Deep dwarves! I think of the treasures we might trade for. Let's investigate. Approach the gates. Okay, let's go switch to Phoenicia and auto kill everything. Phoenicia, where are you? Stop hiding. There we go. Hello, Chris Border. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's go get that down. Oh, they have blocks all the way at the bottom. That's nice to see because it actually makes gem spawners easier to use. Kind of funny that that's the shape for this build or for this place because they actually have additional things that create blocks. This is actually the first kingdom ever, or faction I should say, that has block creation. Particularly this guy does it the best. Transforms all greens to gem color of a chosen color, and then creates a stone block. It's only a single stone block, but he can spam a little bit into himself, so he can kind of create multiple in that regard. Since you can create all green to whatever you want, and obviously you could create that into brown or blue. Because a small amount of stone blocks actually makes it so you have less of a chance of landing extra turn. However, a really high amount of stone blocks actually increases the chance that a gem spawner will land, particularly if it only creates one color. So, hello, Juan, welcome. Okay, they don't want to meet us. I don't understand. Introverts, maybe? Dwarves always want to trade. Perhaps they misunderstood. Perhaps. Or maybe we just haven't found the right dwarves to talk to. Maybe. Imagine the treasures they've crafted down here, though. I'm imagining. I know what to do. I have an idea. Let's hear it. Of course the guards won't let us in. They're guards. Okay. If we could sneak inside and find the smiths, however. Smiths? Yes, yes, yes. They trade with us for sure. All right. They all want us to get out of here. Curious what it will be like to play with these stone creating exploding troops. These ones don't have too much of an impact. However, as we get more and more options into the game, they definitely will have more potential. Though I feel like these initial 4, or technically 3, I don't think one of them doesn't even do anything stone block related. They're not going to have that much of an impact. Oddly enough, the rare is actually probably going to have the most impact, just because its capability of spamming a bit. But since it can actually net gain blocks onto the board, whereas the other ones might actually remove them from the board overall. But yeah, as we get better options for it going into the future, it definitely has potential. I don't feel like any of them will really make that big of an impact. Like, it won't really make blocks meta. It'll just make it a mechanic that's usable now, but it won't make them meta in any way, shape, or form. But it has potential going forward for sure once we get better options to synergize with it. Like that one guy that converts green to whatever and creates a block, like him with additional block-related troops that come into the future, will definitely have some potential. Hopefully we get an entire kingdom of block-creating troops. Of course, they did mention that they are going to be adding additional kingdoms, so that's going to be an interesting mechanic if we do have a kingdom that's kind of focused on that. Obviously, this faction is focused on it, but to see an entire kingdom with like 8+ troops or however many they do, having that mechanic, could definitely change things up a little bit. But anyways, well, that's disappointing. The Smiths don't want to trade either, so it seems. But why? All dwarves want to trade. Bit of a generalization. I've heard stories of the things they craft down here with a deep gemstones. Oh? Yes, magnificent jewelry, wondrous armor, magical weapons, if you say so. The Smiths, they mentioned a king, so they did. Perhaps now we're in here. We're in here. We just need to find the king, perhaps. Surely the king will trade with us, won't he? I have doubts. No, he will. I'm certain of it. Let's find him. Time to destroy the king. Oh yeah, did Salty write the lore? It's kind of noticeable. I was going to mention that earlier, but I didn't know 100% for sure. Surian has such a different writing style than her. I'm really curious to see how Puzzle Quest 3 turns out, given that both of them wrote it. Because it's going to be so ridiculously obvious when one was writing more than the other. Those golems sure seemed intent on stopping us. They did. They mentioned someone called Nairmail. Nairmail is actually a decent legend, by the way. The mechanic that he has, I really hope we see on future troops as well, with like freeze and other similar mechanics. I believe he does it for stun, if not mistaken. But seeing it on freeze would like completely change the meta in this game, because every extra turn spam team would be hard countered by it, ridiculously hard. I really hope they add it. It's actually going to be like one of the best top 10 legends in the game, at least defensively, if nothing else. Offensively, it might not be as good, obviously, because you would be the one getting most of the extra turns, whereas defensively, the enemy would be getting most of the extra turns. But anyways, they mentioned someone called Nair Mel. The King, perhaps. Perhaps. It's an odd name for a dwarf, isn't it? It is. Normally, they're all about thunder, hammers, spears, and things. They are. Because he's not a dwarf. I don't think he was. I think it's like a daemon or something. Well, this looks like the throne room, doesn't it? It does. You know, it occurs to me that you visit a lot of throne rooms. I do. And you seldom find anyone friendly inside. That is true. This time will be different, though. You'll see. Let's find out. I will control your minds. But yeah, he has an interesting mechanic. Every time he casts, he stuns you. So if they did this with freeze, it has a lot of potential. So the main gimmick of this guy is his very final trait. Stun a random enemy when an enemy casts a spell. So this is something that basically gets to do something based on the enemy doing something. So essentially, it's a hard counter to the enemy getting too strong when they start like infinite looping and stuff like that. For example, his main purpose would be to stun Beatrix, so that they wouldn't be able to get cleanse anymore, and then you'd be able to just kind of hard counter from there. And you can also just use it for, you know, anything if they're not paying attention and they just get stun spammed. But it's a great Beatrix counter, if nothing else. I would love to see what this thing could do with the same mechanic for freeze, because if you could stun and freeze the enemy every single time they cast, that has a lot of potential. Obviously, that mechanic doesn't currently exist. Stun does now, as of today, but the freeze one doesn't. But hopefully we see it in the next like few months, hopefully this year. Would love to see this mechanic for pretty much every mechanic in the game. Like Death Mark whenever the enemy casts, freeze. Freeze would be the most potent, obviously. And really anything could end up working. Even disease wouldn't be horrible. Silence would be kind of interesting. Imagine getting silenced as you're doing a loop, and it just keeps silencing you. That would be very annoying, but actually pretty decent. Yeah, he's not bad. Mostly going to be used for final trait, though. Rest of his ability is kind of average. But great final trait. Also, he has a 25% chance of doing that, which means if it's under AI control, he has a 100% chance. And there we go. That'd be funny if the Doom Skull actually gave us the skull poke there. Luckily, we already had alignment for it. Their king was a daemon! A big old elder daemon! Explains the name. I think he'd, well, it is why they're from Karakoth, after all. I think he'd been controlling the deep dwarves all this time. He still is. Still is. But you killed him, didn't you? I wish. What a waste. All these skilled dwarves working for a daemon. Let's free them. Was that not freeing them? Oh, I guess we gotta go do it with 1 billion delves. Just for the sake of it, let's go set this just so we have the thing. So as far as layout, it does have a 3-room, which is nice. And then you just kind of go over here and have a bunch of loot. So the start of the delve is pretty straightforward. You go here, 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 here. Then you would scout out what all these are and then kind of go from there. Are all these treasure rooms? Hold up. Hold up. That's a lot of treasure. He wasn't kidding when he said this place had a treasure room. This place has 4 treasure rooms. Guaranteed. Or I assume these are guaranteed. Based on the format, it looks like it's guaranteed. That's a lot of treasure room. This room, this room, this room, and this room are probably guaranteed treasure rooms. I don't think it's better than All Seeing Eye, but it's... I mean, not All Seeing Eye. I mean, I don't think it's better than City of Thieves. But, that's not bad. It's kind of like Mirrored Halls. Actually, it might be 3rd best. It's slightly worse than Mirrored Halls. But, that's pretty high up there for treasure room. That's not bad at all. Because you go there, 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 and then you have your 4 treasure rooms. You won't be able to utilize Cedric, unfortunately, because it's so far away. But you generally take treasure rooms last, and if you're just doing that method, it works out pretty good. You won't be able to get that much value off of Cedric, though, unfortunately. But the rest of the treasure rooms you'll be able to get pretty good value from, since they're kind of already set up to do them last anyways. Interesting layout. I actually like it. It's not that annoying. And if you're doing, like, overall loot order, it's kind of already set in order, other than Cedric. Let's see. See you, Humberto. We'll catch you later. Let's see. How do you know if it's a treasure room? Generally, treasure rooms have higher amount of gold, and you kind of just memorize which ones are treasure rooms after time. But you can tell by the gold amount. Anything that has 800 or plus gold is a treasure room. There is one treasure room that has 30 glory instead of a super high amount of gold, but it's the one exception. Every other treasure room in the entire game has 800 plus gold for its base value. So that's 1,000, so you can tell that one's 1,000, that one's 800, and that one's 1,200. But every single room that has 800 or more gold is a treasure room, except for the one that's 30 glory, which is also a treasure room. That's how you can tell if they're a treasure room. The only exception is the 130 glory room thing. Anyways, let's go do, you know what? We might go do the 2 delves real quick, just to get our free loot. But let's go upgrade our thingy first, though. We don't get extra stuff from that. However, let's go get these troops so we can go gain our 1 magic permanently. That is a pretty good bonus, to say the least. No problem, Birming. Glad I could help. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Make sure to go over them. And of course, this entire stream, we're going to mostly be doing faction stuff. Actually, entirely faction stuff. We went over the Mythic earlier in the video. We're also going to be doing a video on this faction, but it probably won't be up till tomorrow, probably. Later tomorrow. Or maybe even after Pure Faction, so I might do it Sunday morning. But it definitely will be up. Though, of course, we'll be going over quite extensively right now on stream. Oh, Sacred Treasure. Definitely want to be seeing those in Genie Lamps. Those are the 2 main things we want to be seeing right now. Then, obviously, getting the copies of these troops that we need. But if we want to see any treasure, we ideally want it to be Sacred Treasure and lamps. The crowns aren't too bad either. Anything epic or above we're pretty happy with. So the higher the better. Alright, a legend seems like it's maxed at this point. Another Sacred Treasure, great to see. Oh, yeah, how much gold are we going to burn through today? How much gold do we even have right now? It's about to be a lot less. Whatever it is right now, it's about to be way less than that number. Alright, let's see how we're doing. I think we almost have enough. See if we can get these all upgraded now. The Mythic is definitely maxed at this point. The rest of them are questionable. I think the rare is slightly short. Isn't that the only one short? You need 90. So it looks like the rare is holding us back. Everything else already has enough copies. Well, except the epic. But, yeah, the rare is the main thing holding us back then. We need to get 25. I need to get 25 copies more of the rare. So let's keep track, because that's the main thing that's going to hold us back. 24. 22. 19. 16. 14. 12. 9. 8. 6. 3. 0. And just in case we'll do one more. And now we should definitely have enough. Okay, let's go upgrade everything. That should be enough to upgrade all of it. With like 40,000 to spare. Let's start getting them upgraded. Scourge of Honor. Interesting. Oh yeah, we can do Battle Crush with Thrall. We do have access to purple. That gives us a lot of mana accumulation options. For pretty much anything we want to use. For the very early battles, can't we get away with Phoenicia? Oh no, we don't have half mana start for her though. But yeah, Scourge with his true damage is rather interesting. Oh, should we upgrade these dwarfs, the lower ones? Well, we'll figure that out when we do Pure Faction. Because, pretty sure we'll need to use some amount of them. This guy I definitely want to go upgrade though. 100%, even if we're not using him for Pure Faction. I want to go get his gold elite levels. Might be the first time we instantly upgrade that and then immediately go into its other thing. You're a rare, right? Yes. Problem. We are very low on rare metals. But it's worth it. I highly doubt we're getting a meta rare tomorrow, and even if we did, we could just use ultra rares. And by tomorrow, I mean Monday. I don't think we are. I'm not even sure if we're getting a rare. But, there we go. Okay, now I need to make sure I don't use any of those. Oh, there we go, we got it medaled. It just gains durability, but if we're going to be using him, might as well. Probably have to upgrade this guy, too. Just for faction's sake. Just for a little bit extra stats. We'll get around to that when we do pure faction, though. I only want to upgrade that dwarf for now, just because we are definitely 100% going to be using him to some capacity. Because if we ever use stone block-related teams, we're definitely going to be using him with it. Is Scourge good enough to use even without this final trait? I actually completely forget what his final trait even is. I'm pretty sure he's usable without his final trait. I don't think it made a difference for if he was good or not. Let me double check. Oh no, you can't use him without his final trait. You'd have to build so much into it to use him without his final trait. It'd be very annoying to use him without his final. Because that's what makes him boost ratio. Oh yeah, we caused that one glitch thingy. It's always funny. I'm actually surprised that glitch is still in the game. It's been around for, forever. Oh, there's our +1 magic. Oh, we didn't do all the tier challenges. Oh, that's funny. I need to go do those. Not right now, though. But we're actually blocked from, the extra tribute reward. I believe it's tribute reward, right? If it's tribute chance, I'd feel the need to go do it right now. But tribute reward's kind of meh. But, yeah, I forgot. I haven't done the kingdom yet. There's a lot of kingdoms I haven't done the thingy for yet. I'll do that. I'll probably just do it off stream at some point later. Catch you later. Brimming. Thanks for stopping by. Let's go upgrade this thing, and then we can start getting into the faction. Okay, let's start with some gold rings. Not too many, though. We're probably going to upgrade to about, I want to say 155. I believe that's when you get the extra magic, because we definitely have 50% because it's Karakoth. Obviously, we already have Karakoth upgraded because it's a magic kingdom. So it's already good to go in that bonus. Also, if you guys are enjoying the stream, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. It ends up helping out a lot, and is greatly appreciated. Also, we do morning streams every single Friday. Obviously, this being one of our bigger morning streams since a lot of stuff happened today. And we also stream every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Except Super Bowl, because I'm actually going to be streaming a little bit earlier that day. Pretty much the same time we started today. We'll probably start on Super Bowl day. Because obviously, I don't want to conflict with the Super Bowl time. So we'll be doing that a bit earlier. Since obviously doing at 8 would conflict with Super Bowl. Still rooting for the ads. Hope there's actual good ones. I feel like the ads have been pretty underwhelming. Well, not underwhelming, but you know, compared to some years for the Super Bowl, they need to step up their game. Yeah, we got it in 250 gem keys. We did it during the, we didn't do it during the stream, we did it during the video. It's already posted, the video. But we went over 3 teams for the Mythic and some cheap teams, some expensive teams, and did the key opening, kind of went over it, all that good stuff. And obviously this stream we're mostly focused on the faction. Also, why does it feel like we have so few of these resources right over here? Also, poor gold. We're going to dip under 10 million for sure. But I feel like we're really low on crowns, lamps, and sacred treasure. Oh, I didn't buy my things, though. I should probably go do that. How many tiers do we want to buy? I'm not sure. How many do we want to go for? It can be done with as little as 1,710, which is 3. However, if we want any amount of skips, we want to do 4 or 5. How much are we planning on skipping, though? Also, we got a new weapon. I believe it was useless, though. Nowhere near as... Hey, there's a sacred treasure. There's the treasure I'm looking for. But, yeah, it's nowhere near as good as the, thing we got last week. That one mech weapon. Poor gems. Luckily, we have pretty solid amount these days. Oh, we got a portrait for the new legend. Okay, 1, 2... I'm gonna go 5 just because of pure faction. 3, 4. It also allows us to skip a little bit more. Okay, so that comes out to 2,110 gems spent. I'm fine with that. That seems reasonable. 2,110 to get the event done. To get the pet, to get the everything's. 500 pure faction. I'm happy with that. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, next order of business. Keep upgrading this now that we got more treasure. Not that. To keep upgrading. I believe we're going to 155. I think that's like our new stopping number for now. Yeah, I end up buying exactly 5. Generally, 5 is a pretty good number because it's a nice balance between being able to skip, having enough stats to do pure faction without ripping your hair out, and just overall speed. And it's only 400 gems more expensive than the cheapest you could do it for, which isn't too bad. And it makes pure faction a lot more sane because you'd have 14 more to all stats compared to if you only did 3 tier 7s. 3 tier 7s is the absolute cheapest you could do it for, but unless the pure faction is really, really easy, it's you normally want to have slightly higher stats, or if you upgrade the faction a lot. Also, we just hit over 100 viewers. I think it's time to hand out a code. We'll pull a salty. Since we have over 100 viewers, we'll go hand out a code. Thank you everyone for stopping by. We might have a second code too. We'll see. Since these streams tend to get the most whenever a new faction comes out. Other than whenever we get a huge update. This is pretty much the highest amount of viewer streams we generally get is when a new faction. And hey, the devs, if any of you didn't hear yet, the devs 2 Wednesdays ago announced we're going to be getting kingdoms again. We haven't gotten a kingdom for like 2.5 years now. But kingdoms, factions are basically what replace kingdoms, but we might actually get a legit new kingdom at some point. They mentioned it, that they're going to do it. When that will happen, who knows? But they did confirm last Wednesday we are getting new kingdoms at some point. It could be like months from now, it could be a year from now. But at some point, we are getting new kingdoms. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. And it'll help cover the gaps with hero classes too, like Construct, Elemental, stuff like that. 50% mana start on Construct off of a hero class would be rather interesting. But anyways, here you go. Here's the redeem code. We might have a second one later stream. So we're going to be going for quite a while as well, for at least a couple hours. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here underneath your settings menu is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with HOJ. And give same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold buried below the billion things we got from upgrading our kingdom thing or our faction. And of course that gem key does have a chance at that new mythic. A 0.1% chance, but a chance nonetheless. But there you guys go. Enjoy. Let me go claim all this junk. There we go. Okay. So many. I don't know why they don't make it 1 mail. They did it for a lot of things. I'm not sure if there's just a coding issue with it or what, but it's so annoying that it takes so many different mails when you keep getting levels onto your hoard thing. Very annoying. Okay, let's start using lamp. You know, I'll use chalice 2 more times, I think. And then we'll start switching over to crown, then to lamps, then to sacred. And sacred should be able to carry it to 155. I'm pretty sure 155 was the stopping point. Because when you have 50% bonus, it actually goes up by 2 magic at 155 instead of by 1. Which is the main reason why 155 is a pretty good stopping location. Yeah, I mentioned that in the past too. The ability to open 1,000 chaos shards. Or, you know, like a bulk of 50. Because currently you can only open 1 at a time or 10 at a time. There's no option to open 50 at a time. I'm not sure why they haven't added an option for it. Every other key in the game has the option for it, except for those. Because they're basically keys. They don't look like keys, but they're essentially keys. A bit of a different type of key, but they're a key nonetheless. They still do key-related things. Okay, I think 5 genie lamps twice into 5 sacred treasures should be enough at this point. Might even be overkill at that point. Let me see. 5 sacred treasures right now. Okay, I think 5 genie lamp into 5 sacred might actually be enough. We'll find out in a moment. I believe 155 is the stopping point. Let me double check. Yes, 155 is where we'd want to stop. So let me do 5 genies. Oh, it looks like we might have ever so barely above 10 million. Actually, we'll dip slightly below. As we do the faction stuff, it'll dip back above. Oh, that's overkill. 155, there we go. And it is 155, right? Yep, 155. Let's do 3 sacred treasure here, I guess, then. That's fine. There we go. And that's our stopping point. Because we get 2 magic at 155 compared to 154 or something lower. Because if we only did 150, we don't get to 2 magic. And then the difference between 154 and 155 is 2 whole magic, which is pretty nice. The reason why it goes up by 2 is every 10, it kind of like skips the number. And that has to do with the 50% extra bonus. And for whatever reason, it rounds in a weird way. So whenever you dip over 10 and whenever you basically anything by 10, you end up going up by 2 instead of by 1. Due to the 50% bonus thingy on the faction. Which most people should have. It is a magic-based kingdom. So it is advised to have this placed to level 15. And having it to 14 gives you the 25% for the 50% bonus. Which is what's causing that. Highly advise getting it up. Magic Kingdoms, of course, are the best ones to get to 15. Because magic is the best +1 stat in the game. How many gold keys does it typically take to ascend the new troop in a new kingdom? I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing slightly different format. In the current state of the game, I have no clue. In the past, it used to take like 50, 60, 70,000, I think, or something similar. However, times have changed a lot. Like a lot. So I have no clue how many keys it would take. Actually, I think it might have only taken like 20 or 30,000 actually in the past. But in the current state of the game, it probably takes like 70,000 or 80,000. Because the game has changed quite substantially since then. I feel like they're going to do a different format for how kingdom troops roll into the game, though. Almost like kind of how like a Mythic comes in almost, where maybe it'll be like higher chance in drop table or something. Obviously, they wouldn't make a guarantee in drop table, I highly doubt. But they're definitely going to do something to make it a little bit easier to get. I highly doubt they're going to roll out the same way they did 2.5 years ago, as the game has developed quite a bit and has gotten way more troops since then, to a point where it'd be kind of a bad idea to do it exactly the same as they did before. So I'm pretty sure they're going to tweak it to some way. How exactly, we don't know yet. Let's see. What do you think of the faction pet? I actually did not look at it yet. Let me go see. But yeah, we have a lot of pets. We got a pet the other week, like 2 weeks ago. We got a pet this week. We got another pet next week. We got a pet today. We got a pet the following week. We got so many pets. This next Wednesday, we get the ox pet for the Lunar New Year, for the Year of the Ox for 2021. I would hoard all of your gold keys just in case in the current state of the game. If you're really early on, you would just use it immediately. But if you're like trying to save for new kingdoms that might be coming out, in case they don't change the format, I would advise saving your gold keys just in case. I came here for a reason. What was it? Oh, yeah, to check the pet. What does the pet look like? Oh, it's a little squid thingy. That's funny. It's like a little demon squid. It's pretty cool. I like the design. I think I would wear it as one of our main pets, though. Oh, so we don't get an extra stat this week. Oh, we're going to be short on the 1 life. The next faction in a month from now, we'll get a permanent +1 life for anyone who has like literally everything maxed. But, okay. Anyways, next order of business. I guess we do the basic faction just to get some free loot. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so we're at super ridiculously low faction right now. We have access to brown and purple. So what's a really, really cheap way to just auto kill? I'm pretty sure I want to go guard. We go guard, we go Cirquet and Hadley. We go mountain. I wish there was an explodey weapon for knights, because you'd probably use it instead of Mountain Crusher on this team. And we need Empower. What's Empower under? Oh, we could just use Leprechaun. We could literally just use Leprechaun. Where's Leprechaun? Hello, Leprechaun. Brown, yellow? Brown, yellow. Seems good to me. Alright, and change class to, something that starts with Brown Storm. I guess this Titan is fine. I don't need anything too fancy. Alright, should be good to go. We're just going to be running this for the earlier levels. And by earlier levels, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure it stops working at, like, 80. And Scepter is a pretty fun mana accumulator. It's a really accessible one, too. Though a lot of the explodey weapons tend to be better than in most situations. Oh, the main reason I'm going Guard is I want something that can kill everything simultaneously. And Guard one-shots up to... Well, it depends on what your stats are. But it tends to one-shot up to about 60, 70 or so. We don't have potion effects right now, so we do have a little bit less stats. But I'm just doing the free loot right now. The main reason we're doing this is because it has 2x multiplier. And you only get the 2x multiplier once. So theoretically, if you truly wanted to maximize the amount of value you can get from a kingdom or from a faction during one of these events, you would theoretically wait all the way until Sunday and do your daily factions on the new faction so you could get the 2x multiplier for it, and then go do all of your delves on Sunday. I'm pretty sure very few people bother doing it that way. However, theoretically, it would give you more overall loot doing it that way. But most people don't bother. Nor do I. Well, at least you might as well do it on the day of, if nothing else, for a little bit extra loot. Because the first time you do them, you get 2x multiplier. However, you kind of skip over the first time multiplier whenever you do it through the event. You still get 2x when you do it through the event. However, you can kind of double dip on the 2x when you do it through the event. Or if you do it first through the faction and then you do it through the event, you can basically double dip on the 2x multiplier. Which, if you're really low on shards, can be pretty useful. Or not low on shards, but, you know, as you're progressing through the game. But when we have as many shards as we have, it really does not matter. That's still nice to claim a couple for free. Plus, you do get other loot other than just shards, but obviously the main loot that you get whenever you're doing underworld stuff is shards. Then the ingots if you still need ingots. Let's see. We'll go for this one. Yes, you could utilize Thrall with this theme. Also, hello, Quality, if I didn't already say hello. Welcome, welcome. Who have I not said hello to? As well as James. I feel like there's a couple names I didn't mention. I feel like every stream, there's at least, like, 3 people I probably didn't say hi to on accident. It's bound to happen. Also, hello, all the people who have not said anything in chat. Welcome as well. Sometimes forget to say hello to the lurkers. And given that I think we've only seen, like, 40 people chat, that is, like, 2/3 of the stream. But hello, everyone else. Let's see. I'll throw that down. Some people just leave it on in the background. Or who knows, maybe they don't even log into a YouTube account. I used to not do that. Like, not log into any YouTube account at all. The date out of this YouTube account is actually probably a year or 2 before it actually started, like the channel itself. It's because, of course, I just used it for normal YouTube stuff prior, until we actually had a channel. Hello, Addict. Hello, Jack. Welcome, welcome. I feel like you missed a chance to learn something else new. Why save gold keys? Theoretically, as you're progressing through the game, it's actually beneficial just to throw gold keys immediately, because they give a nice variety of loot. The main reason why some people save gold keys is back in the day, new kingdoms used to come into the game. And as of recently, like literally like a week or 2 ago, it was actually reconfirmed that new kingdoms will be introduced back into the game as well. And while the format for obtaining troops will probably change, the way that you used to be able to obtain commons were literally, and still kind of is to this day, pretty much only from gold keys. So whenever a new common got added to the game, you kind of had to hoard a bunch of gold keys for it, because you'd basically have to remax all the commons in the entire game every single time a new common came into the game, which makes me think they'll likely do it a little bit differently, because trying to remax every common in the game every time they add a new kingdom in the current state of the game would be exceedingly ridiculously annoying. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing a little bit differently when they roll it out. But that's one of the main reasons why people hoard like hundreds of thousands of gold keys, is in hopes that a new kingdom eventually comes into the game. And it was recently confirmed that they are, even though the format will probably be a bit different. But if it's for whatever reason is unchanged, you're going to need a lot of gold keys. It might even be beneficial to not even use gold keys until a couple kingdoms come out, and then throw down all your gold keys and then kind of do the same thing over again. Because if they roll it out the same way they did before, I'm pretty sure it's going to take like 70, 80,000 gold keys to max every common every time. So you'd probably want to wait a few kingdoms and then do it. Wait until like a kingdom has like a good common or something. Oh, so I'm not using magic right now, am I? But then again, don't you get more value from armor? Or is it about even with him? Actually, forget. Houseguard's avatar. Wait, does he actually get more value from armor, magic, or is it the same? 2-to-1 based on armor or half based on magic. So yeah, he actually gains more value from armor. So setting 3 armor is actually better, which I'm pretty sure we're not using right now. I have no clue what we're using, but it's definitely not 3 armor. I'm pretty sure it's magic, which isn't bad on him, but he actually gains more value from setting on armor. Oh, Vinoxia with Scourge would actually be kind of interesting. That would work for this faction. I'm not sure how I feel about running true damage, but it would work. It's been a while since we ran true damage for high-level faction. They just get so much HP after a while. It's the only problem. What's the best common troop in my opinion? Thrall. Thrall got really out of hand. Thrall is like top 10 troops in the entire game, probably. Definitely from a mana accumulating perspective. I'm actually really surprised they haven't rebalanced them yet. There's a lot of destroy troops that kind of need a little bit of rebalance. But I am very surprised they've done nothing to Thrall yet. There's a way they could balance Thrall without completely nerfing him, though. Make it so his damage to self is like 1/4 of his max durability or something. So that he could only cast like X amount of times. Because then he could still have his really strong gem destroy. But he wouldn't be able to like infinitely use it. It'd be a little bit more limited. Hey, there we go. Okay, now we can go do the actual faction. I just want to get those out of the way to get our free 2x multipliers. Okay, now we could actually start the faction. Like an hour into the stream almost. And we can finally start the actual faction. Okay. Oh yeah, do I have to team on pace? I sure hope I do. I think I did. Obviously these earlier range battles. Oh no, you can't copy paste anymore. This was a glitch that was brought in like a patch or 2 ago. And they still haven't fixed it. Let me paste my team. Let's see what it suggests for us. Oh yeah, I forgot. It suggests you entire teams. Okay, let's go rebuild our team from scratch apparently. What was it again? It was Guard. Sir Quentin Hadley, Sir Q, Leprechaun, and Mountain, using Titan. And banner was, I assume brown yellow, with like a minus purple or something. Pretty sure that was it. Alright, I think our team is back to normal. Yours crashes when you try to paste? Yeah, it's very glitchy right now. Hopefully they fix it next patch. I'm pretty sure they're aware of the issue, but they can't fix it until a major update, and they just did a technically major small update the other day. Is that when it got broken, or was it broken prior? I'm actually not sure. It might have literally gotten broken a couple days ago when they did that patch. There was a patch this week, by the way, on Tuesday. It was such an absurdly small patch that basically no one noticed, so I went over it during this stream. It took us like 10 seconds to go over. It was like 5 lines of text as far as the changelog. It was very small. Next patch will be bigger, though. They're working too much on Puzzle Quests 3. Not putting as much into Gems of War. They're still developing Gems of War, obviously, though. I guess between the virus and that. Though there becomes a point when you can't blame the virus anymore. Because obviously 2020 got a lot less content because of that. And I'm pretty sure 2021 got slowed a little bit. And obviously that combined with Puzzle Quest 3 is also slowing it down. While they do have their dev team a little bit separate as far as who works on Gems of War and who works on that. There is some amount of overlap between the two dev teams within their studio. How much, we'll never know. But there's obviously some amount of overlap. So if they're trying to push something for Puzzle Quest 3, it will slightly slow down Gems of War. But once they actually get it launched and stable, I'm pretty sure it won't take up too much time away from Gems of War at that point. Though it does seem like they're releasing as a live service. So they are likely to be constantly updating that game too. But they probably hired enough people that it probably won't matter too much. First live stream you caught in a long time. Welcome, Robbie. How have I been? I've been pretty good. Looking forward to picking out for the Super Bowl. What do we need here? Take that for now. And is that? Also, I'm still super hyped for some games that are coming out soon. Other than Puzzle Quest 3, though, that's probably way later this year. Like, that's no time soon, Puzzle Quest 3. But Puzzle Quest 3 is definitely on my radar for hype. But my hype's kind of low for it, not because I have low expectations, but just because it's probably, like, literal months away. Like, there's a good chance it doesn't come out till, like, November or something. Hopefully sooner than that, but we have no clue. They haven't given, like, any more info since. But, Century Age of Ashes is a really cool dragon game. With the next beta, hopefully 2 weekends from now. I really hope it's not on Vault Event weekends. That will be exceedingly annoying if it is. But there's a chance it might be. And that looks like a really cool dragon game. Next beta for it, which will be open beta for everyone who signs up. So if you haven't already signed up for it, that is, I believe, 2 weekends from now. They haven't given an official date. But that's the rumor currently. Because they're planning on releasing the game, at least an early access release, in before the end of this month. So that's likely the 27th? Because it would definitely have to be sometime before the 28th by that point. And the other game I'm really hyped for is Pokemon Unite. It's likely launching on Pokemon Day, which is the 27th. So that would also be annoying if those two launch the same day. Or right on top of each other. But it's basically a Pokemon MOBA, which probably wouldn't appeal to too many people. But there's definitely a market for it, and I am that market. Let's see, I'll take that over. And one interesting thing about that, too, is actually on mobile as well. So even if you don't own a Switch, you can still play it. It's releasing on mobile and Switch. So it's technically a Switch exclusive, but it's also on mobile. And the Dragon game's only on PC. It'll eventually come to other platforms, but as far as early access is considered, for like the first year, it's going to be PC only, most likely. Specifically on Steam. They did say they're eventually going to go onto Epic Games Store, though, as well. Though I'm pretty sure most people don't care if it does. Most people are perfectly fine with it being on Steam. Though if we do get really heavy into that game, we might be able to get a creator code if they do it through, what's it called? Through Epic Games Store. Because I know most games on there that are free to play have something like that. I've never done that for any game yet. But it's a way we could make free money. By shilling the currency for the game. Hey, it's not like their currency is pay to win, so... But yeah, we don't really shill for Gems of War. I might shill for Death Knight armor sometimes, though. Because Death Knight's armor is actually pretty good value. But obviously, anytime we ever get someone to get Death Knight armor, we don't get any money from it. I just say it because it's actually pretty good value. Let's see. What did we throw that down? Do you not have Death Knight armor? No, we have Death Knight armor. Actually, it's kind of funny. I almost got Death Knight armor for free, but I already bought it so quick when it came out that I didn't get it for free. Because at the time, I was talking with the devs while we were like doing videos for stuff, and they were like, "Oh, we could just give you Death Knight armor," and it's like, "Oh, I already bought it. Could have saved $50." Yeah, that's basically what I consider Death Knight armor as. It's one of the reasons why I generally consider it to be worth it. It's basically like buying the game, essentially. Most games have an option like that, and it's basically Gems of War option of buying the game. Because it does several things. It gives you 100% all bonuses, which you can't get by any other means. It gives you free scouting, because if you spend $50, you get free scouting at $30. It saves you 1,000 gems. So if you don't plan on using Dragon Armor or Celestial Armor cosmetically, it saves you having to spend 500 gems on both, which saves you 1,000 gems. And it gives you a bunch of other resources, like some actual physical gems and some keys and stuff. It's one of a few purchases in this game that's actually not a ripoff. There's a lot of purchases in this game that are really not worth it. That is one of the few that actually is worth it. Also, I really love the layout of this delve. Not sure if I mentioned that yet. But this is a really relaxing layout. Some layouts are so ridiculously frustrating to deal with. But this one's pretty much already set up exactly how you would do for treasure loot order anyways. So, it's pretty nice. Because you just do these 4 rooms. Then you just do the treasure rooms based on the rarity, essentially. So you do want to do them in multiplier rarity. But, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's probably one of the best delve layouts in the game, actually. As far as how non-frustrating it is. Because there's some really annoying delve layouts to try to figure out what the best path is. This one's exceedingly straightforward. It kind of reminds me of Fangwolf faction, except with more treasure rooms. It's very similar to Fangwolf, except it has only 3 rooms to get the final, which is nice. It's basically Fangwolf, but good. Because not only is it a triple room instead of like 5 rooms to get the final, but it's also a 4 times treasure room instead of a double treasure room. It's basically everything. It's everything Fangwolf tried to be, but wasn't. As far as the delve layout. Which is pretty nice. Yeah, some of the flash offers in this game are worth it. The one that's currently up right now is really bad value, though. It's 1 sacred treasure for like $10 with a few other things. It's really bad value. I highly advise not going for it. There are much better flash offers. But yeah, some of the flash offers are really, really good value. Particularly like the vault key ones and stuff like that. But the one currently up is pretty bad value. Unless you're really desperate for gems right about now. Otherwise, I wouldn't go for it. I don't think I've bought in any flash offer, though. Personally. But there definitely are some better than others as far as value. The main reason why. Flash offers, one of the biggest loot from it, of course, is the actual gems. And we have more gems than we ever know what to do with, for the most part. Would this be a good delve to keep a low level to farm? Yes and no. I would say I don't have the data on it. Some people do like really good data as far as the breakdown for it. But to my understanding from just general overview, I believe this is the 3rd best delve in the game. The best one being why do I keep saying All Saint Night? The best one being words. The best one is City of Thieves. 2nd best is Mirrored Halls. 3rd best is this one, which I completely forget what this place is called already. It's like Duergaroth or something. But yeah, I believe this is the 3rd best delve in the game for loot. So yes, if you wanted to keep this a low level, it would be perfectly fine to do so. But to my understanding, it's the 3rd best elf in the game. Someone will probably run the numbers and know for sure. But I'm pretty sure it's 3rd best elf in the game. So if you've already done All-Seeing Eye, sorry, why do I keep saying All-Seeing Eye? If you've already done City of Thieves and Hall of Guardians, it'd be the next best one to keep at level 20 forever. Of course, we're maxing it. But it would be a good one to keep low. It's a really good farming location. Not the best one, but it's pretty high up there. Oh, don't you revive. Luckily we have easy cleanup there. So gosh, why is it so hot? Air conditioner, turn on. It was raining recently, and for whatever reason, whenever it rains, the air conditioner thingy like never wants to function correctly. Has to do with how like the water drainage system is for the thing underneath the house. It's getting clogged occasionally. Just because the elevation of how the house is. It's way too close to the ground. Or I should say lack of elevation. You're a sucker for Valky offers. Yeah, theoretically, buying every Valky offer that has ever existed is technically pretty good value. I personally don't, though. Voice-activated air conditioner. AC, turn on, please. I can just walk there and turn it down by 1 degree and it'll turn on. It's really funny that it doesn't matter what the temperature currently says. If you increase it by 1 degree, the heat will turn on, and if you reduce it by 1 degree, the AC will turn on. At like 100% consistency. Because it feels the need to overcompensate for a moment. Even if it's only for like a few minutes. It is very weird that way. It could already be at that temperature and it's like, oh, nope, I'm still gonna auto-adjust to the fact that it was changed. How many gems do you need to completely skip run a faction on a Thursday event? You mean Tuesday? I have no clue how much pure skip is. I believe it's 2005-10 or 2007-10. It might be 2007-10. It might even be 2009-10. It's really expensive. It might actually be 2009-10. If you're talking like 100% skip, as in literally doing absolutely none to battles, normally you want to do at least to like 100 or so with no skip. But if you're doing like true no skip, I mean truly all skip, I mean, I believe it runs you like 2009-10 on a Tuesday. It's either 2007-10, 2009-10, or maybe even 2001-10. It's 1 to 3. Expect to spend about 3,000 gems if you're doing 100% skip on a Tuesday. It's slightly cheaper if you do pure skip on a weekend event though, because you get sigils on Saturday and Sunday as well. So you have 6 more sigils than you normally would, which is basically buying that pack 2 times. So it saves you some gems in that regard. But yeah, it's like 3,000 gems to do 100% skip on a Tuesday. It's really expensive. However, it would get it done within like 2 hours or so, maybe 3 hours. Because how much stats you would have. And the fact that you're skipping the whole time. So it'd get it done pretty quick, but it'd be a little expensive. Because right now, we're getting this event done for 2001-10 with partial skip. I think once we hit about 300 or 350, we start skipping the entire time. Obviously, we're nowhere near there yet, though it might be by the end of stream. By the time we do our nightly stream tonight, we'll probably be doing all skip. But for this stream, we're pretty much going to be entirely no skip. Because the reason why no skip is beneficial, other than getting more loot along the way and everything, You have more Valraven chances. The way that Valravens work whenever you're doing delves like this, it's determined per room. So the more rooms that you do, the more Valraven chances you build up. So you have to do a lot of rooms to build up Valraven chance. It's not based on how many floors you do, or how many delves. It's based on specifically how many battles you do. So if you only do 3 battles instead of 8 battles on a floor, or on a delve, when you do one of your things, you have a lot less Valraven chances, and you build up a lot less towards the Valraven chance. Which is why skipping ends up costing so much. Because you're passing up 2/3 of your Valravens if you're pure skipping in a 3-room delve. If anyone wants to say any other questions, let me know. If I skipped any I missed. Oh, so we will be changing our team once we get a little bit deeper. I'm just doing this for the lower level range. I think we can get away with this until about 100 or so, maybe 90. Until it starts falling off a little. Oh, so did I ever switch to pure armor? I don't think I have yet. Though I don't think it has mattered yet because we're still one-shotting. I'm gonna go do that right now. Because we're starting to get to the point where it might stop one-shotting soon. And armor is actually a little bit more damage than magic for it. I don't have anything set to armor right now. Well, let me do it for this. We're not gonna need this for the rest of the week. I'm pretty sure we already have the token thingy for it, don't we? Did I ever claim the orb for it? I don't think I did. We'll probably do that tonight. Let me double check. Did my guild finish it? No, we actually did not finish. However, by the time we do tonight's stream, I'm pretty sure my guild will cover the last 800 points. And even if there's somehow a few hundred short, I think we could cover the last of those points probably. But yeah, the guild should be done by tonight, I hope. That's in 6 hours from now. They probably will, 6.5 hours from now. Pretty sure we'll cover that last few hundred. And then we can claim our orb tonight. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see, to the games, to there, fight. Let's keep going. Any suggestions for pure faction team? I haven't actually looked over it yet. I believe it's double legend with the mana. It's the tank, like, double mana accumulator. Or sorry, it's a tank, 1 mana accumulator, double damage off the legend, I believe. This is what the team was. Let me double check. But yeah, team for pure faction is we'll do it over pure faction. Would make sense. So the team for pure faction is the following. That's not the right one. I'm pretty sure it's this. Let me double check. What do you do again? Create a stone block and give armor to all allies, or destroy stone blocks and deal 40 damage to all enemies. You're consistent, transform green gems to a chosen color. And since you don't use green, that's pretty beneficial. Explode a gem and gain barrier. Yeah, you're obviously going to tank forever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the team. And then you use this as your damage. Deal heavy splash of true damage, which is 75% to adjacents, which is still true damage as well, boosted by stone blocks. And then explodes all stone blocks and creates 3. So it has really initial upfront damage, high, and then it goes from there. But I'm pretty sure that's the team. Deep Golem so you don't die. Deep Dwarf for mana accumulation. And then double Nair for damage. And then you just kill them all for true damage. And you just focus down their bigger threats and kind of work around from there. Wouldn't hurt to upgrade this guy, just to make sure he doesn't die. The legend I probably won't bother upgrading though, it's too expensive to upgrade a legend just for that purpose. But Epic I actually don't mind upgrading. We have enough because of the events to actually justify getting an upgrade on it. Might as well. So I'll upgrade this guy. A little bit extra durability. There we go. Okay, and he now has a little bit higher armor and everything. So in doing so, we gave it math 17 HP and 7 armor for 24 total durability, right? I think I did math right. Somewhere's around there. But yeah, we gave it like 24 durability, 7 armor, 14 HP. Sounds about right. Somewhere around there. But anyways, now he's a little bit tankier, and we already upgraded the dwarf earlier. And this guy we're not going to use, and this guy's our main damage source, but because he's a legend, we can't bother maxing him. Oh, and also you change the banner, obviously, to not that. You would change the banner to probably the faction banner. +2 brown, +1 purple. That seems perfectly fine. Though getting a +1 blue seems pretty useful for the dwarf. I almost want to run +2 brown into +1 blue. I think that mines is purple though, doesn't it? Yes, it does. That's unfortunate. What about purple blue? Or blue purple? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Either way is the same. Yes, you could go +2 purple, +1 blue. I think that's actually better value. And then have Deep Dwarf constantly convert into purple. You could do it in brown and have it go into himself, but the brown doesn't go into your damage source. This is a problem with that. See, I believe that's what you run Pure Faction with. It's +2 purple, +1 blue, -1 green, with Deep Golem, and make sure it doesn't die with its barrier spam and life spam. Deep Dwarf for mana accumulation, and then double Nair as your damage option. I'm pretty sure that's Pure Faction. Not sure what else you'd really run. Maybe the quantity of each could change, but I'm pretty sure that's overall best. Something along those lines. Well, that's what I'll run for Pure Faction later. And by later, I mean way later. Oops. Did that make a lot of noise when I hit the mic? I feel like it would have. I'm not sure if this makes noise either when I, like, wiggle it. Is this making any noise right now? I feel like it would. Anyways, let's see. Okay, what was I doing? I was doing this. Let's keep going. Felt like I was going to show something else. Let's just keep going. You don't hear anything interesting. But that's what it's supposed to do. That's kind of good that it does do what it's supposed to do. Because kind of the whole point is if you accidentally hit it or anything, it doesn't make noise ideally. Unless you hit like the mic itself. If you hit like the stand, it shouldn't really make much noise, if any. That is one of the purposes of this stand. So glad to see it works. But yeah, we'll hand out another redeem code to stream. It's very rare we'll hand out 2 in one stream, but generally new factions is a big enough event to justify it. We'll probably do it once I'm not sure at what point. But we'll hand out another one. Pretty sure the one we already handed out is very dead by now, though. Even we had a little over 100 people when it was claimed. So hello, analysts. Welcome. We've been using Leprechaun with Vanaxia in this delve. 80 true damage to all is deadly on the earlier levels. Yeah, it could definitely stack for quite a lot. It does eventually stop one-shotting, though. Like, even at this point, we'd stop one-shotting with it. Because there's some HP there that were like 90-somethings. But yeah, for the earlier battles, you can definitely get away with true damage. Probably even some of the later battles. Because of the loop potential of Vanaxia and similar things. You want to permanently buy the Elite Pass Plus? If you want to. I'd be perfectly fine with going over it a week early and everything. Because we haven't even gotten to really utilize that yet. But since we did get the Elite Pass Plus, we will be able to go over the Sun Troop next week instead of 2 weeks from now. And we'll also be able to go over the Mythics in 2 weeks from now instead of 3 weeks from now. We'll still go over it the other week, of course, when it comes out for the normal pass. But we'll be able to basically show it a whole week early. For the Sun, it's not as relevant. But for the Mythic, that'll be very relevant. But thank you, Isabel. It is greatly appreciated and helps out a lot. This channel doesn't make a lot of money. So every little bit helps, goes a long way. Since it's basically less job expense, basically, in a sense. Because his channel still only makes about 10,000 a year. Give or take a little bit. And that's counting donations and everything. Like their Patreon, normal donations that people give and everything else. And just normal ad revenue. And as minimum wage goes up, because I'm pretty sure this administration is going to be passing minimum wage increase. That amount of money is not going to go as far. You branch out into other videos. We made quite a bit the month of that we did a lot for Age of Calamity, but that was a really time-sensitive thing. Like when we cover something like Pokemon Unite, I'm not sure we'll be able to get as much viewership compared to when we did Age of Calamity. I'm not even sure how much I'm going to be covering for Pokemon Unite. The biggest issue with that game is it has a lot of negative PR currently. It helps because you're very impatient. Let's see. I'll take that down. But yeah, I do want to go on the record to say, though, I do not feel like the Elite Pass Plus is worth it. This is the first time that we've ever done it. And while we might be doing it every single time, I do not personally feel like it's exceptionally good value compared to the normal pass. Obviously, there's benefits to it. But overall, the normal pass seems perfectly fine for a lot of stuff. Like, you're still getting the same loot, pretty much. Just a week later. Let's see if I throw that down. Yeah, I know. It's perfectly fine. I'm just saying as a general thing, though. Because I always like to be honest with the transactions in the game. We still never covered a video updated for how to spend money on this game. I need to at some point. As far as like what's worth it and not worth it. I guess there's definitely some way more worth it than others. If we're going to spend money on the game, might as well spend it efficiently. Let's see. Go for that. The main reason for justifying the bigger pass, I feel like, more so than anything, oddly enough, is the purple orb and the loot that you get after the fact. More so than the fact that you even get stuff a week early. Because the purple orb is 675 gem value. And I didn't actually add up the other stuff yet beyond the point. But I believe it's like 300 extra gem value, so you get like almost 1,000 gem value extra. Which, relative to the money spent, is actually quite a decent amount. You still have to complete out the entire pass, though. Well, most people do. Or I feel like most people do. I'm not sure what the exact data is on that. Though, based on the achievement, I think only like 10% of people have the achievement. Though that could just be a lot of people not playing the game anymore, potentially. Because obviously that's counting literally everyone who has ever downloaded the game, even if they played it for like an hour. So as far as active player base, it's probably like half, if not more. The amount of people that have completed out all tasks, or all, or you know, all the, you know, the entirety of a campaign. So I'm really surprised this team still works up to this point. It's starting to get to the point where it should stop working, but it's still working. Oh yeah, and the VIP points. I find it interesting how Age of Ashes is actually implementing a VIP system because they're basically doing it through EXP, where you could basically do money in order to increase the rate at which you get EXP. Because that's kind of how they're doing their VIP system, in a sense. It's an interesting take on it, because it allows you to basically get VIP points for free, but also speed it up with money. Something I tried to get them to do, like add some kind of way to get VIP points in this game for without money. But no, we weren't able to convince them. It was worth a shot. But no, they want the monies. They need to make money some way to keep the game going. It's been pretty successful so far, so. But I will be on the record saying that I did try to get them to back in the day. We just weren't successful. How many power potions did I buy? 5. It's 2,110 gems. Oh yeah, that Horned Guardian was insane. That was one of the most annoying factions ever. I'm not even sure if that was necessarily even that hard of a faction still. But as far as annoying factor, it definitely has an 11 out of 10. Yeah, there's still plenty of people who have VIP 0 in this game. I'm pretty sure anyone who's like over level 1,300 who still has VIP 0 take pride in the fact that they actually have VIP 0. Like, there are 100% pure free-to-play players still in this game that are really high level. It's starting to get rarer and rarer because I think some people may have caved in when the Battle Pass came in. Because generally Battle Pass is worth it in like literally every game that has ever existed. There's almost no game. That's a really bad sign for a game if their Battle Pass isn't worth buying. Like, that's the one thing that if there's anything in the entire game worth buying, that should be worth buying. It's a very bad sign if it's not. And luckily in Gems of War, it's worth it as well. At least the basic pass anyways. That's how a lot of games make their at least base amount of money. Because it basically makes any free-to-play game into a subscription service through that model. Yeah, the $10 pass is pretty good value. Especially the fact that it goes for 10 weeks. So it's basically 2.5 months. You're basically just paying $1 a week. And by the end of it, you get a Mythic and a bunch of other stuff. Normally junk, but it's normally a Mythic and a bunch of junk. More often than not. But it's still some useful junk in there. You're still free to play at level 1,480. Nice. Why is our mic floating? Because we have a stand for our mic now. That's why it's floating. It is a mic stand with a boom arm. Or isn't that what it's called, a boom arm? It's called something. Let's call it a mic stand. I'm pretty sure its proper name is a boom arm. starting to get professional here. It looks like it's possessed. Yeah, it might look a little bit weird because the stand is so thin that it kind of just looks like a mic in the middle of nowhere, doesn't it? I never really thought about that, but it kind of does look... It probably would look like that, doesn't it? Because it's a very, very thin... Because you don't actually see the boom arm itself. Because it's kind of like off screen. So all you see is like this really thin thing holding up this massive mic. Because normally you would see most of the boom arm, but how I have it, you see almost like none of it. And because we're kind of small in the corner, it pretty much just looks like a massive mic in the middle of nowhere. It is indeed being held by something, though. It's not a magic floating mic, though that would be very cool. If we put a green screen over it, we could make it into a magic floating mic, though. Or, you know, put something green over top of the thing. Also, it's almost time to switch out of this team. It's starting to slow down a bit. No, I might go all the way to 150. We'll see. As far as when we switch out of this team. We're going further than that this stream. But yeah, 100's generally where you'd start considering to stop using this. We've gone as floating head for Halloween before. It's like the easiest costume. Just wear a bunch of green. Oh, why'd I do that? I could discard Avatar kill. Shield of Urskea, it could help some. If it still doesn't one-shot some battles, though, it kind of just wastes time using shield, though, compared to just more mana accumulation. And just cycling it twice. Yeah, we do need to go change our team soon. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to change to. We'll see if we'll consider true damage. Like, Vinoxia with that one thing could have potential. Just not sure if I want to run true damage or not. We've access to purple. Which means we have access to Leprechaun and the Skull Spam. Skull Spam is really inconsistent for speed, though. Sometimes it can win super quick, other times it's very slow. Yeah, we do have access to Iron Gut. We could even just change straight into a double Iron Gut team. Or just a single Iron Gut and just run it with more mana accumulation. I know, the block. Also, we have exactly 100 destroy. Oh, now it's 101. We ruined it. We ruined the perfect 100. Double Ketris. Oh yeah, we do have access to Ketris. Ooh. Ketris Leprechaun? That actually seems perfectly fine. There's no stealthy in the first or final room. And hopefully we won't get unlucky with stealthies otherwise. But yeah, we could run Yasmin's Pride, double Ketris, Leprechaun. That runs until about 300 or 250 or so. It does fall off towards a really deep end. But I think that can go pretty healthily to about 250 or 300. Until it starts losing a bit of speed. Yeah, we could do Thrall. It doesn't have mana conflict, so yeah, Thrall would be slower up front, but it would, if we need multicast, yeah, it'd probably be fine. I'll do it with Thrall. Because we have Enchant, so it already starts with 2 mana anyways. And if we do a 20% mana start, it's starting with 4 mana. I'm not sure if we'd use Shaman. If we're using Shaman, we wouldn't need a 20% mana start. But if we're not using Shaman, we definitely would need a 20% mana start. The problem with using Shaman, we probably would for some amount. Problem with that is it's not as defensive, so it might die. But it's a lot quicker. And obviously we'd want speed. I feel like we'd be low enough range that we probably wouldn't die. If we did it like super deep, like 350 deeper, it'd probably be an issue. But when we're still doing it as we're progressing through it, probably wouldn't be that much of an issue. Yeah, I think we'll switch to Ketris. And then maybe we'll try a true damage team at some point. Though by the time we might switch, it might just be better to go into Iron Gut by that point. Actually, we can run Iron Gut Zugaf. I forgot. We can run the super meta. I forgot. We can run, like, Flawless meta, which is, like, the perfect meta. The, Mountain Crusher, Iron Guts, Zugaf into, oh, we can't do Mirage Queen. We could do Karandera, though. And do it like that. Something along those lines. The last slot's pretty flexible as far as what it could be. Theoretically, even first slot could be flexible too. It doesn't have to be Mountain Crusher. Mountain Crusher is just really good for mana accumulation. It's the lowest mana cost, high mana accumulation weapon. It's one of the reasons why it's used a lot. It's also really good at feeding brown into brown allies. Which if you're using even one other brown ally, it's pretty good for. Hiking Iron Gut Thrall Zugaf, pretty good as well. Yes. That is correct. Doing it with Leprechaun and a few other things can work out pretty well too. Or it just depends how you want to do your mana accumulation. Or if you want to have Curse. Technically you don't need Curse if you're running Zugaf build though. So theoretically you don't need the other option and you just go for more mana. So yeah, you could go Thrall, you could go Leprechaun, you could go any mana accumulator there. The whole thing with Leprechaun is, compared to Thrall, is Leprechaun's initially quicker but slower as the battle goes on, compared to Thrall. So if the battle's going to be like 20 seconds or less, Leprechaun is better. But if it's going to go for like 40 seconds or longer or so, or even 30 seconds or longer, like, if you need to cast it multiple times, like, if you need to cast your mana accumulator 3 times, Thrall is always better. At 2 times, it's questionable which one is better. And if it's only once, then Leprechaun is better. In most situations. It also depends what you're feeding into. Like, if the thing you're feeding into needs, like, 30-something mana, or if it needs only, like, 20-something. Because generally when you're feeding into Zugaf, you almost always use Thrall for it, just because of the higher mana cost. Whereas if you're feeding into like a 24 mana cost Mythic, Leprechaun's normally fine for it. Let's go into Ketris build next, I guess. Though before I do, let me copy this team just so I remember to mention it for the video. We probably won't cover the video till tomorrow since we're mostly covering it this stream, but we will be covering it. There we go. Rename this to level 20 to 100. Alright, where were we? Let's keep going. Let's go change out our team. Okay, let's see. Let's go change all this out. So, where are we building? What are we building? What are we building? Are we going to go Ketris? I think we're going to go Ketris for some time. Ketris, Ketris. We'll go Thrall. Thrall. Pride. Should be good to go. Do it with Shaman. And then we do it with Seasons. And Thrall should have like a billion destroy. Yes, he does. It is Delves after all. Do we even need purple? I feel like we need like brown, green, I guess. Going into red could be good too. So it goes straight into Ketris. I like this minus though. Okay, anything else we need to revamp? Don't you have Grainstorm? Yes, you do. I'm not currently using it though. Theoretically, it would actually be better to have 10 armor. Just to make sure this doesn't die. Also, giving all allies life actually increases Ketris' damage instead of Entangle. Entangle is safer, but the damage output of Brilliance Aura is actually higher. Okay, I think we're good to go now. Oh, wait, one last change. Oh, let me do a battle first before I do, though. Otherwise, the team won't save. Because I need to go change my medals. We'll do it after this battle. Otherwise, our team won't save if we leave the screen. So is this enough damage to kill right now without a buff? Yes, it is. So I'm not sure if it will for the later battles. Why did I take purple? He already would have had full mana. Okay, he's super dead. When normal dead isn't enough. Oh yeah, I think we just go 3 seasons. Since we already have mana start. And that gives Ketris more damage. And claim all this junk. Get that out of our mail, spamming us a billion messages. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I'll probably use Ketris up to about 250. I feel like around 250 it would start falling off. It could technically push about as far as 300 though. But by that point, I'd likely want to go Zugoff into Iron Gut. Also, do we even need this weapon yet? I feel like we're at a level range where we don't even need to cast Yasmin's Pride yet. I might go for a different weapon. Maybe even like Rope Dart or something. Oh, can I post the teams into the chat? Sure. I'll go post all 3 teams right now. Put a pin. Let me go get all 3. And that's pretty much what... Actually, there's one other one we're going to be using. I might as well go make it now so we could go post all 4. Let's see. But yeah, I'll go post all 4. I need it for the video later as well. Well, first things first. Oh, can I not copy it while we're in a battle? Tell me it's already on my copy paste. I don't think it is. I might need to finish this delve before I can get them all. No, it's not on my copy paste. Okay, I need to go wait till we finish this delve. Let's go get this delve done real quick. Take like 5 minutes. And then we'll go and copy it. And then we'll go make the other team, and then we'll go post all 4 of them into chat. Or is it 5? Let's see, 20 to 100 is 1. It's 4. There's running the 20 to 100, and then we're running this to like 250 or 300. Probably 250. I might run it to 300, but I'd mark it as 250. And then we do the Zugoff team for the rest of the time. And then we do Pure Faction, obviously, for Pure Faction. But good morning, Barbara! Welcome. How many keys did you use to get the new Mythic? 250, exactly. Is how much we used for it. It was pretty good. Wasn't that bad this time. Could have been way worse. But yeah, that's actually pretty decent to get it done in. That time frame. Or that amount of keys, I mean. I feel like this team would be quicker right now if we got rid of Yasmin's Pride. You eventually do need it for the later battles. But where it currently stands, it actually seems fine not having it, actually. Oh no, then it gets to do things like that, which makes me kind of want to use it. Also, I could just Rage Skull killed it, I'm pretty sure, right there. I keep forgetting how ridiculously high our attack value is right now as well. We could probably get away with Skull Spam if we really wanted to. Forgetting our stats are so ridiculously high. We did 2,500 plus gems last month too. Got new Mythic with 800 seals and saved your gem keys. Nice. Alright, let me go clear out this battle, clear out next one, then we go copy the team, and then we'll go get all the teams copied into chat so I can just go give it to you guys. That's the same thing we'll be posting for the video as well, most likely. Because I don't think we're going to need to post anything different at that point. Because we'd already have all the teams built. Which means I'll try to get the video up probably tomorrow afternoon then. Also, I might stream Fall Guys tomorrow. They kind of Fall Guys kind of shadow dropped their first ever 2 times crown weekend. And it is so ridiculously tempting to go grind it. Because basically progress is twice as much during this weekend for that game. It's like Vault events. But for a different game. Because I'm definitely not going to have time to do it on Super Bowl day. Well, you will be streaming Gems of War that day, though. During, like, noon or so. For, like, an hour. Because our normal nightly stream, we'll just go over all the spoilers and whatever else we haven't finished up for the week. Okay, before I forget, let's go copy this team. Okay, so I can go get you guys all the teams. Whole notebook of teams. So let's go over this one. Paste team. Rename this to level 100 to 250. Oops, if I could type. The only problem with this mic now, I'll need to figure out how to do this cord at some point to some other direction. But this cord is actually right where my hand goes to type. Normally what people do is they have the cord riding up the mic. I could get an extender, a USB extender. Because currently I have it going straight forward, which kind of gets in the way of my arm. But what I could do is have an extension. Have it go up the length of the boom arm thing. Have it go around the TV, go all the way around, and then plug into the thing all the way over there. I could do that. I only have one extension left, though. So if I use it for that, I wouldn't have any left at that point. I would need to go buy more. They're pretty cheap, though. But, yeah, might as well I have one. I'll need to do that later. I can't right now, otherwise the audio would stop. Plus, it'd be a little annoying to set up. Probably take like 10-15 minutes just because of all the annoying... I still haven't really well organized the wiring yet here. I did it some, but not enough that... not as much as it should be. That's a issue for a different day. Anyways, we're renaming this into level 250 plus. I might as well say it to 500. And then Pure Faction. So this team is Zugoff, Iron Gut. You know what, we'll run the Thrall version. Thrall's broken enough with magic, we might as well. Thrall's pretty hilariously broken. And then Hero just does a thing. What would Hero even run? What color are we missing? We're missing green and... Green? Green and green. What's a really good green weapon? Essence of Evil. Tempting. Is there any other color missing? I might just run Essence. Essence is actually really tempting. Because that also counts as curse removal for high King Iron Gut. Assassin with Purple Storm? We're running Thief with Purple too. We're not going to be getting too many skulls, though then again Zugoff is going to get some amount. The only problem with Assassin is his only way to not die is 10% or sorry, 30% skull dodge. Oh, then again, Thief would have the same issue. We could do it with Assassin. Assassin's a really risky method for this. Honestly, I'd kind of just want to go like Titan or something. Titan's slower, but so much safer. That or a triple damage burning hero class. We could go like Slayer if we wanted to play on the edge. Or Dragon Guard if we wanted to play it safe while still having triple. Does Slayer have anything to live with? No. Though it does have Purple Storm. Oh, no, it has Blue Storm. Aw. If I had Purple Storm, that would actually be really solid. Dragon Guard doesn't have purple, does it? I don't believe it does. That'd be very weird if it did. It starts with Barrier. You know what? I'm just going to do this. It's a nice range of offense and defense. It's like the mid-range option. There's a lot of hero classes you could run for this. It's like the mid-range between damage and not dying. Is just go Dragon Guard. You start with Barrier, you have 40% score reduction, and you have triple damage on Burning, which you get from Zugoff. Now he's changed the banner to not be horrible. Into like purple blue or something. Minus green. We're gonna get so much off of Thrall, I feel like minusing green is actually fine. Okay, and lastly, Pure Faction. Oh, we already have the Pure Faction team set up, don't we? Hello. Let me reorder it. Otherwise it will bother me that it's not in perfect order. There we go. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Alright, there's the teams now. Now let me go get them into chat. Oh yeah, I need to go open up YouTube. I forgot. This chat doesn't work, does it? One moment. I need to go open up a YouTube. Oh, there's our stream, I think. It's definitely trying to play an ad. Yep, there's our stream. Oh, no, that's not our stream. That's the video that we posted on the Mythic. Oh, gosh, we almost got as many likes on the video as we did on the stream. The video has 42 likes, and the stream's at 35. Let's see, who will win? Can the stream beat out our video? Yeah, it's like a 7 like difference currently. Let's see. Generally, more people like the, more often than not, more people would like the, guide than the thing. But sometimes it's the other way around. Very rarely. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my chat. So I need to go over here. Go to videos. Go to here. Click pause so it doesn't try playing an ad. It's trying to give us an ad for COVID-19. Telling us how to properly wear face masks. Okay, up, and now it's still trying to play an ad. I skipped over the face mask ad to go give us a car ad. No, thank you. I am fine without a car. Let's see. I would literally never get a car unless I actually needed it for work. Unless my occupation, like, specifically 100% required a car, I would never bother to get a car. Not until we get self-driving cars. Which we're pretty close. Give it a decade. It'll probably be mass-produced. Oh, so I just realized, why is my frame out of frame? Wait, is that out of frame? Am I looking at it weird? No, never mind, it isn't. I don't think it is. I think my eyes are just tired. Never mind, I had like double vision there. It looked like it was out of frame. Never mind. Anyways, I'm looking for my teams, so let me go and put that all right here. One moment. Let's see. So let's go copy all these. Let's see, level 20 to 100. It's gonna be hard to make all in one post. Actually, it won't even fit in one post. Hold up, we got a problem. I might just have to post off 4. I forgot, because the code is so ridiculously long, I actually can't post them all into one post. Let's see, if I do it like this, I think it'll fit. Yes, if I don't tell you what each of them are, it'll fit. Because we could be able to post 4 that way then. You guys will figure it out when you put it into the pasting. I'm putting them in order in which you would use them. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, because YouTube has a character limit and you can only pin 1 post, I can't actually put next to them what each of these are. But I'm pretty sure the second you try copying it, it'll be very obvious what team it is. But here you go. There's all 4 of them. I'm gonna go pin it. But that's every team that we're using. And we'll have it up for the video when we post it tomorrow at some point. All right, there you guys go. There's all 4 of the teams we're using. The first one's the 20 to 100. The second one is the 100 to 250 or so. The other one goes all the way, and you could literally start using it at like 150 or 200 if you really want to. Probably around 200 or so if you want to switch. And then Pure Faction, of course. All right, there you go. There is all the teams. And we'll also have it posted tomorrow on the thingy when we do it. But anyways, let's keep going. Grab our mail. Grab our factions. Let's keep going. We got a Valraven. I am so tempted just to take that purple. But the fact that we got 1 mana from that. The 1 mana actually helped us so much right there. This better be enough to still kill. It should be. Yes, it is. I wonder what it would look like if someone randomly came into the stream and they see pinned to the stream the most random array of numbers they've ever seen. That would be very hilarious. Just pinned to the stream is just an absolute, seemingly random array of numbers. I'll post it into the comments once YouTube uploads it after the fact. I'll keep it on my copy paste just so I don't forget as well. But who knows? Maybe I'll just get the video done for it today. Because by the time this is uploaded, if we immediately start trying to record a video after the stream, we could probably have it done before YouTube even gets it up, the stream. Because the longer the stream, the longer YouTube takes the process to get it up. We'll go for that. Should be full mana for both, and that's match. Wow, that's actually enough to kill just with 1 Yasmin. I guess Yasmin was worth it there. I almost feel like switching teams by 200 to go to instant kill team. I feel like we'd actually get better value by then. Catcher's team does slow down a bit here and there. Has a couple issues. Stealthy slows it down. The fact it can't one-shot in one... it can't one-cast win. At minimum, it needs 2 cast win. And the fact that you need to fill mana to 2 things. There's a couple things holding it back. It's definitely not like the overall best things for Delves. At a certain level ranges, it gets the job done pretty effectively. And its level range is that level range. Also, we'll have another redeem code soon. We'll probably hand it out at 200. Whenever we switch into Iron Gut team is probably when we'll hand out another code. I did say I would hand out another one. So we'll do it around 100 or so. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know as well. Yeah, it's probably the game plan then. Hand out the code at 200. We'll go to about 250, 300 or so this stream or so, somewhere around there. After stream, I'll probably grab dinner and then go record that video whenever I can. Hopefully before we do tonight's stream. And then we'll have that out of the way so I don't need to worry about it for the rest of the weekend. And then tomorrow morning we'll stream some Fall Guys into afternoon. Pretty much like this stream. Maybe a little bit longer. And tomorrow night we do our normal stream and probably Pure Faction. Pure Faction will be tomorrow night. Tonight we'll be going further, but we won't be able to reach Pure Faction tonight. And then tomorrow we do Pure Faction at our normal time. And then midday through Sunday we do a stream because Super Bowl is going to be in the way of our normal stream. And then we'll be back on Monday. Seems like a solid game plan. Does the event last through the weekend? Yes. Faction events last from pretty much every weekend event. Or literally every weekend event, actually, in the current state of the game. Lasts from Friday reset time until Monday reset time. Meaning it lasts for the entirety of Friday, the entirety of Saturday, the entirety of Sunday. And it goes until whatever Monday reset time is for your time zone. It's 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in my time zone. You can kind of tell based on when all the event stuff ends. Like, whenever all the date things ends is when the thing is. It's like 2 days, 11 hours, 8 minutes, whatever that is for your time. Obviously, that amount of time is the same amount of distance of time for your time zone as well. Whatever time that is when it ends. You have that long. Yeah, a lot of the stuff runs on the same timer. Because on Monday reset, like, literally everything resets. Actually, the only thing that wouldn't reset is the week-long Mythic. It actually goes from Friday to Friday, so the Mythic that came out today is actually available all the way till next week's Friday. That's the only thing that tends to not reset on Mondays. Pretty much everything else resets on Monday. Which almost every single timer in the game is set up to. The weekly reset time. Grab our purple or not, never mind. Well, I was gonna grab purple. And then the game kind of auto-won itself. Good, no revive, which means that should be kill. Made me misclick because he was doing his turn for so long. So it looks like we'll probably gain a level tonight. I don't think we're gonna gain it this stream though. Progress though. Progress, still progress. And then once we hit level 200, we'll go hand out a code. Or, you know, faction level 200, not hero level 200. We are way beyond that for hero level. Yeah, it's rare we hand out 2 codes on a stream, but we'll do it today. We'll definitely need to hand out 2 codes whenever they start releasing kingdoms as well. Again. It's been ages since then. Very curious what the first kingdom after so long will actually be. Like what their first idea will be for a kingdom. After having not added one for basically 3 years by the time they actually add one. The 3-year mark will be August of this year. If they don't add another kingdom by then. But they have confirmed they're going to add more. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of when and if. Can you please cast? That'd be great. Thank you. Because there's kind of no point in casting that Thrall, but we're greedy for speed. I could just waited a turn and catch Wrist. But getting lucky off of a full board destroy works too. Well, they did say that they would add kingdoms for new languages, but they also recently said that they're just going to be adding a bunch of new kingdoms for no specific reason other than to add more kingdoms. Well, that and to cover hero classes that are missing and stuff like that. Like, obviously, one of them is going to be Elemental, one's going to be Construct, probably, stuff like that. But 2 weeks ago, they confirmed kingdoms are coming. Yep, and it means more classes, so we can finally get all the typings. It also means more factions, which means we'll finally be able to get the extra, the second magic from Delves. Originally, it wasn't going to be possible. But once they add more, it definitely will be. I think we need 36 total. Obviously, that's impossible with 34 kingdoms. But if we have 36 kingdoms, it'll be possible. I'm pretty sure that's how many you need for it. I think the first one was at 18. So you'd need 36 to have the extra magic. Which if they add 2 more kingdoms, and then eventually we get enough factions, that would be possible by later this year. What would you spend your gems on as a new player? 50 bulks of gem keys are pretty good. Also, if you don't plan on getting Death Knight armor, if you don't want to spend 50 bucks on Death Knight armor, it's really good value to get Dragon armor, and eventually Celestial armor, but definitely at least get Dragon armor first. It's really good value for gems, assuming you're not buying Death Knight. But the next best is after you get your armor situation situated. 50 bulks of gem keys is really good value. It's 450 gems, but it comes down to 9 gems per key. And it gives you the best chance of just overall best loot between mythic chance and just overall drops that you get. It's really good value. One other thing that you tend to use them on, if you get into a better guild, is your weeklies for guilds. Whatever like the minimum is for a guild requirement, normally up to about tier 3 or so. Is pretty good value doing that every single week. However, you want to be in a decent guild before you start doing that too much. You think the new kingdoms are coming soon? Theoretically, yes. They could technically come as early as next patch. Start rolling in. Realistically, I feel like they're a little bit later down the year. Like, I feel like they're going to start coming this summer. I feel like it's a bit too early. But if I had to guess, they'll start popping in this summer. Like, we'll start seeing our first kingdom probably by, like, June or July. The next new kingdom come in. No official date has been given, obviously, yet. But if I had to guess, June or July. Sometime in summer. Around then. Yeah, 50 gems for the diamond pack every Sunday is always worth it. Theoretically, you could even throw it every single day. However, Sunday is always 100% of the time worth it, regardless of what point in the game you're in. Depending on what point in the game you're in, you would actually do literally every day instead of just Sundays. But at any point, it's always worth doing it at Sunday. It's never not worth it. Oh wait, I could have just wiped the entire team. I thought we didn't have enough damage, so I was doing it that way so we would have enough damage. Probably not until after Puzzle Quest 3 comes out. I feel like it might happen before. Mostly because of how many more factions we still have left. Because I feel like they would start adding more kingdoms before we hit 34 factions. And today we just hit 27, I think? Somewhere around there. Like, I believe in the current state of the game, we start, they run out of kingdoms by September, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. So they'd probably start adding more kingdoms before then, which makes me assume summer. Because for them to still keep doing factions every week, they would have to add a new kingdom before, 7 months from now? September, I was right, the first time, yep. But they would have to do it by next September or October, depending on how the cycle for... Well, technically it's every 6 weeks, isn't it? For a new faction. So maybe that's actually October or November. But they would have to start adding more kingdoms before then. Which is very likely to be by summer, or possibly a bit earlier. Otherwise, yeah, they'd run out of kingdoms by then. If they don't. Assuming they still want to keep doing that. Obviously, eventually they're going to stop adding dungeons. But if they're going to be adding more kingdoms, obviously each of those kingdoms are also going to get a dungeon. Or a delve, I mean. You know what I mean. Same difference. Hey, after we finish out this delve, we'll go... Oh, sorry, never mind. I thought we were at... I thought that was 190. Never mind, we still got a few more left. But once we exactly hit 200, we'll hand it out. Go from there. Oh, what do we want here? We'll take that for now. But I'm still really curious to see what they do with Puzzle Quest 3. The game has a lot of potential. I hope they do it well. I hope they don't completely botch the game. There's a small chance they could. But, I have high hopes for it. It's just the live service part's going to be kind of weird with it. Because they've never tried live servicing a multiplayer game before. Even though it has a pretty heavy single-player component, it is still a multiplayer game that is likely to have, like, legit actual multiplayer elements, unlike Gems of War. Which means they actually have to balance it properly. Which, with how the balance in Gems of War is currently, is questionable on if they will. Though, in all fairness, Gems of War, when it first came out, was decently balanced, and they did pretty well at trying to maintain that balance. The problem was once the game had, like, 600 plus troops, and now has, like, 900 plus troops, plus, like, 400 plus weapons. Like, as it keeps getting more and more content, it obviously keeps getting increasingly harder to balance to such a degree that I think they've just given up. I'm pretty sure they've just given up on trying to properly balance it. Obviously, it doesn't matter if it's as perfectly balanced since it's mostly a single-player game. But for a multiplayer game, it is very important that it's balanced. That's kind of the main component of the game at that point. Because when something's overpowered in single-player, it's just fun. When something's overpowered in multiplayer, it is exceedingly frustrating. Especially if that overpowered thing is pay to win. In the sense that it's money-locked, or realistically money-locked if it takes forever to grind. Hypothetical question, what would you name your guild in Puzzle Quest 3? Probably Dragon's Peak. I would literally just name it the same thing as my Gems of War guild. So there's not lack of confusion. Everyone would know what guild it is. It'll literally be named the same thing as the main guild in Gems of War. I'm not even sure if that game will have guilds. It probably will. Has Baphomet ever been in Soulforge? I don't know, to be honest. I don't think it has. But I am not sure. At this point, almost everything has cycled through Soulforge. I think the only thing that has not cycled through Soulforge are some legends that might have come through event key drop table, though I think they're just in normal drop table right now. These legends take forever and a half to cycle around. Like whatever the most recent event key legend is likely has not cycled yet through Soulforge. That and whatever the mythic was called for, actually it was not her. I can't remember her name. Pharaoh Neferatina, that's the one I'm thinking of. She definitely hasn't yet. The Season 2 Mythic. We got the Season 1 Mythic to cycle through, but not the Season 2 Mythic yet. Also, between the Mythics that you just mentioned, I'd probably go for Ketris next. Oh, wait, never mind. You already have a copy of it? I'd probably say Shtara then. I don't feel like I ever use Pharaoh Nefertina. And if you already have a Farish Ra, you don't need another Mythic until like 22, level 22. So you'd probably be best off with just going Ishtara. I don't feel like I really bother with Ishtara though. Like I haven't used Ishtara team in ages. But you definitely would want to go for something more towards Kingdom Upgrade. I wouldn't really go out of your way to get a second Ketris. While there are some teams that use it, like what we're using right now, there's normally alternatives that you can use instead. They're still pretty much just as good. Like once you have one, that's kind of enough. And if you happen to get a second, then you can do double Ketris teams. But to go out of your way to get a second Ketris is pretty low value. Going out of your way to get a second Farish Ra is fine. But that's like the only exception pretty much. As far as like mythics that you can literally go out of your way for to get a second copy and still get good value. Farish Ra is arguably the only one in the entire game that's actually worth doing. Whereas every other one, while it might be okay to have 2 copies of it, you kind of just want to naturally get the second copy instead of going out of your way for it. Unless you have like nearly everything in the game already. And even at that point, you might just want to finish getting everything in the game. And just hope you randomly luck base to get it. Double T9000 is pretty useful too, yes. Because you can half start it with mech, and you basically get 2 casts for the price of 1. And it gets a lot of true damage down. Has a bit of a issue that Ketris does though. It shares the same issue that you can't one cast win. Because it does 3 individual one-shots at best. It has to cast at least twice to win. And it has the exact same issue that Ketris the Bull has, in that you have to cast it at least twice in order to get a kill. Or, you know, to finish the battle, I mean. Not to get a kill. But, you know, to win the battle, you have to cast it twice. They both share that same issue. Theoretically, didn't need to do that. It was already going to be enough. There we go. What's the best kingdom to grind? Low-level quick team, Explorer. And what's the best for level 12 Explorer? 12 Explorer is Golvania. Mostly because you can do triple burning there with Zugoff. It also doesn't have most of the annoying mechanics that quite a few other places have. Like Revive on Death or anything like that. You definitely want to avoid that. You generally want to avoid Empower and similar things as well. But as far as a lower level range, Not sure what the absolute best is in the current state of the game. There's a couple different options. Like Leonis Empire is still pretty good. Broken Spire is still pretty good. As long as it doesn't have Revive and has a pretty minimal or no amount of Empowers, you're pretty much good to go. And no spell reduction, of course. I recall Broken Spire, Leonis Empire being pretty decent for that. There's a few others that are not that bad either, though. It really just depends what kind of trait stone and other things you want. Because there's multiple options that are fine. Oh! He just did a 1 in 6 chance and killed my mana accumulator. That's not nice. How else are we supposed to get mana? That was a vicious poke. Imagine if he double devoured. How many rooms do we have left? Oh gosh, we're not even halfway through. I might do our first skip. Let's do our first skip. We'll do a partial skip. Sorry, Valraven. It's gonna be too annoying doing those battles without Thrall. There we go. Alright, one more delve, then we'll hand out a redeem code. As soon as we finish out this floor. And then we'll probably switch to Iron Gut Zugoff team as well at that point, because this is starting to slow down a bit. It's still working though. You can still push it a bit further. It's still doing what it needs to do. But I do believe we'll switch after this to the other thing. Then we'll run that a few times. And then we'll grind more tonight. Until next Friday. What's happening next Friday? Are we getting a bounty troop that's making it annoying? I think it's bounty that week. I can't remember. Oh, 100% chance of summon and death. Oh no. I hate those troops. They're the most annoying. There's 3 kingdoms that would have it then. Zolkari, Groshnok, and Broken Spire. Could you imagine if every kingdom had one at some point? That would be so annoying. You'd almost have to run Obsidius in every Explorer team you ever ran. If eventually every kingdom had one. You somehow have to find a way to incorporate Obsidius into every Explorer team. I highly doubt they would eventually ever get to that point, though. But the more there is, the more annoying it is. Is double Ketris enough? I feel like no. But if we do this, it should hopefully be. Not quite. But a Skull Poke will do it, and he's dead. It's generally how Ketris works. Ketris second slot, Ketris last slots, throw down a skull and then you win. That is generally the cycle of a Ketris. The life cycle of a Ketris win. Also, we're about to use this to strategically gain 1 mana. So we have enough mana to cast Thrall. The strategic 1 mana gains. To have exact mana for Thrall in the following turn. Get our Ketris down. If So let me... You're not the only one who can skull poke. We can skull poke you back. How are you not dead? Dead. How did you get death marked? Did we get... Oh, we took the treasure room that gave you death mark. I was gonna say, like, how on earth did we death mark off a hero? I don't think any hero class has that. But, yeah, we got the treasure room. The previous treasure room was death mark. That one 1.4 times treasure room with the Draculus gives death mark to all your skulls for the rest of the delve. It's actually a pretty interesting strategy for clearing out some delves as well. For some of the really annoying delves, you can actually get death mark and then just kill them with that. You got 2 of the new Mythic. Is it useless? No. 2 of the new Mythic's actually not horrible. You could probably run it with the new mech weapon that came out last week, followed by Bombot, followed by double the new Mythic. Something along the lines of that would be a pretty decent team, actually. But no, 2 of the current Mythic isn't useless. I wouldn't go out of your way for it. But if you randomly happen to get another copy of it, it's not horrible. Because if you're already running mech, it still has half mana start. And he tends to get excess mana of his manas that he uses anyways. Which would leak into the second copy of it. Also, if you randomly get enchant from the random stats effect, it would passively gain mana even if blocked. Alright, as soon as we clear out this battle, we'll go hand out a code. Second code is stream, and last code is stream. They'll have another one tonight at 8 p.m. Standard Time. When we do our stream in like 5 hours. Gosh, it's like right around the corner already. Since we did the stream so late. And then after that, we'll switch to the Iron Gut Zugoff team and probably use it for the rest of the time. Until the end of all the cycle. Actually, I should probably switch the other team to be 200, 100 to 200. Theoretically, this team can go to 250. But I do feel like around the 200 range, you'd kind of want to switch to the instant kill team. Anyways, let me go get you guys another code. And then we'll go switch to Iron Gut Zugoff. Run that a few times, and then probably call it a wrap. That's still going to take a while, though. Probably go another half an hour or so. Let me get you guys the code. And then after that, I'm grabbing some dinner. But there you go. There's the second code for stream. And we'll have another one in about 5 hours from now. But there you go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com. Use the game code section or simply click that link. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Where your game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters starting with MHP. And give same word as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And of course, that gem key has a chance of getting that new Mythic that just dropped today. And we covered a video on that earlier. Also, feel free to leave a like on the stream. It ends up helping out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But there you guys go. And we'll have another one in like 5 hours from now. Obviously, we won't be streaming that entire time. But on tonight's stream, we'll have another. Which means 3 codes today. Rare that we do a 3-code day, but that's a pretty big day. Delve days are pretty big days. Pretty much the biggest events that occur until we get new kingdoms again. As far as on a regular basis. Not counting big patches, but those are kind of sporadic. When we finally have super big patches. Obviously, the most recent patch was ridiculously small. But that means the next one is big. Okay, let me go switch over to the team. And I already made it earlier, so I could just copy paste it straight from here. Do I need 20% start? I guess I do. We'll run 2 seasons at 20%. Should be fine. Alright, and I'll probably be the team for the rest of the time now. Until we do Pure Faction, that is. Okay, let's go grab ourselves a... I don't know what I want here. I want purple, but it's not available. Hey, we're on minus green right now, aren't we? It's kind of a weird color to be minusing. Oh yeah, don't these dwarves have immune to... Yes. We got a non-devoury problem. why'd I do that? We could have gone full mana. Or that works too. I forgot, we get triple damage burning. That they don't have immune to. That they do not have immune to at all. So ideally we want to take a purple immediately, go crazy with Thrall, and then like auto win. Oh no, he didn't get burned because Curse Order is weird. For whatever reason, Curse is like the last thing. They really need to change priority order of Curse to always occur first. Because there's some really weird interactions because of it triggering out of order with some effects. It's most noticeable on Essence of Evil. There's a few other abilities that kind of janky with it too. So satisfying when it does that. Look at how quick that battle was. Look at how absurdly quick that battle was. Now, if we could just make every battle that quick, that'd be amazing. I just realized I'm starting with Barrier on Dragon Guard, but we already start with Barrier because of Potion. I would switch to Slayer. The only problem is if it dies, it'll die very hard. Such a risky option. It's the quickest option we could put in first slot, but it's very high risk. Which for something like Delves, I don't think you'd want to do. For something like Explorer, it doesn't matter as much because you just run away from the battle. But it's a little bit more important to not die in this kind of game mode. Because you lose it for the rest of the delve. Hello, John! You enjoyed the stream, and thanks for the codes, no problem. Using your first faction event team. You don't have guard using King Bloodhammer. It would have quite a bit less damage without guard. At that point, it might be one to switch into gargoyles, potentially. There's a few other low rarity teams you could do, though, that would not use guard. Main reason we're using guard is for quick kill. So that we could get everything killed instantly. One of the few things guard is actually used for. Then upgrading White Helm, because White Helm still has not gotten a second mythic yet. I'm actually kind of surprised. It's getting increasingly rare for a kingdom not to have a second mythic yet. But White Helm is one of them. The only thing that doesn't have immune. And it's dead. But yeah, triple damage burning's kind of fine right now, so I guess we'll keep using Dragon Guard for now. Unless they have like 50% reduction, it should kill like literally everything with one shot at this range. As long as they're burning and don't have score reduction. Gosh, this is absolutely obliterates. Seems like quicker than Ketris, even at its level range. Oh, why'd I do that? Keep forgetting there's immunities. I just did it on the same guy twice. It works though. For what we need to do. And he's super dead. Oh wait, oh no, we're stunned. I was like, wait, why did I not kill? Stun got us. But yeah, that's really cool. His trait keeps triggering on your turn. I really hope they do that for free silence in like every mechanic in the game. Where something does a stats effect based on you casting. That is such a good hard counter. I'm really curious to see what freeze and silence would do. They'd be very, very annoying. They'd be like the best troops in the entire game. Freeze on cast and silence on cast. Silence on cast would be really funny. Freeze on cast would obviously counter infinite loop. So theoretically, silence on cast would too if they don't have immune to silence. Which very few infinite loop teams have immune to silence. Some goblin teams have like partial immune to silence. Because they can have like 2 out of their 4 troops have immune to silence. Because of impervious or specifically immune to silence. But something like freeze, like no infinite loop team pretty much has immune to freeze. There's some partial loop teams that do. But as far as like pure infinite, I don't think there's a single actual infinite in the game that has immune to freeze. So if there was ever a troop that did freeze on cast, it would counter so many things. It would literally be the best troop in the game for defense. It would definitively forever. Whatever its ability could be kill itself. And it would still be the best defense troop in the entire game. If we were ever to get a troop that had freeze on cast instead of stun on cast. Stun on cast is still good. But freeze on cast is like 10 times better. I should take in blue first, so I don't think it's going to matter at all. Kill out the web spinner. Just in case it feels like one-shotting my hero somehow. It'll find a way. It'll somehow find a way to take 10 skulls in a row for 3 times damage. It always finds a way. Hello, Cookie! Welcome. I just want to take purple here. Even though we almost have full mana on them, it's just so much value. Can't really pass it up. You could do this team without Zugoff. The replacement would be another mana accumulator for your Iron Gut. You might also want a curse option because there's actually a particularly high amount of immune to devour here. So you'd probably want to replace out Zugoff for something with curse. Worst comes to worst, the cheapest option would be Cursed Effigy. The most expensive option would be Karandera. Well, theoretically, Enraged Karandera. But, you know, normal Karandera would be fine. Oh yeah, that does nothing, doesn't it? Whoops. But you need something for Curse. Curse Effigy being the cheapest. And Karandera or Enraged Karandera being the most expensive. So normal Karandera would theoretically actually be better. It's kind of weird. Normal Karandera is actually better at cursing than Enraged Karandera. You kind of think it would be the other way around, but it is not. The lower rarity one is actually better at not only board control, because it's lower mana cost for the exact same board control, but it also is better at cursing. It's kind of funny that out of like 2 out of the 3 things that they do, that the lower rarity one is actually better. However, Enraged Karandera is still the only troop in the game that's viable, that has indestructible, or you know, that immune to transform, instant kill trait thing. It's probably like one of the bigger things that actually has going for it. But the big downside is it does count as a boss troop, so even though it might have immune to that kind of stuff, it insta-dies to boss troops, or you know, boss killer slayer troops. I should have killed that guy first, just in case we didn't get a skull there. He has a 1 in 6 chance to devour. He already got it on us once this stream. Only once. But it does happen. It happens more than not 0 times. Yeah, doing in Karandera instead of Zugoff would be fine. Also, if I could target the right person, that'd be great. This place has a really high amount of Devourer immune for Iron Gut to deal with. It is a very annoying amount. Because the first and final battle has a super high concentration of immune to Devourer. Obviously, battles in between can also have it. But that would be the same rate as any delve. Whereas the first and final are inflatingly high as far as the general amount. Because normally the average delve has like 1 or 2 immune to devours, whereas I believe literally this entire team is except for 1. Because all the dwarves. So on the final battle, 2 of them are devourable. And on the first battle, 1 of them is devourable. Without doing a stas effect to make them all devourable. But if anyone has any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think I might actually wrap up after this delve. And then we'll continue tonight onto our grinds. Get to like 300 something tonight, hopefully. Or even just 300. Because I think we're like, what, 7 away at this point? Might even grind some off stream. Because at this point, it's the same strategy over and over again. I like showing all the teams just to kind of show the strategy for them. But here forfeit's literally just going to be this for the rest of the time. Or, you know, going for the rest of the rooms. Like the strategy from where we are right now all the way to 500 non-pure faction is going to be the exact same until we actually do pure faction. The only difference is you might play ever so slightly more defensive at the super high range, like 400 plus. I never said I was going to do 490 this stream. I never go that far on the morning stream for when a faction comes out. That's just too much grind to do all at once. Gotta split it up at least some. Though I say that, though I'm pretty sure leaderboard is straight 500s by this point. Pretty much. Oh, actually no. I lied. It's not straight 500s yet. See, not even leaderboard has done up to that point yet. Also, we don't have all rewards yet. We gotta stream at least till all rewards. Hold up. We gotta keep streaming. I think 1 or 2 more delve completions should be all rewards. Hold up, we're not done yet. We gotta at least go for all rewards this stream, so we can go open all of our orbs. That's a nice stopping point for the stream. I've done that a lot in the past too, for the delve thingy. It's a really nice stopping point. Until we finish out later. We would almost be there. Normally we would get it about 2:30, but we actually skipped over a floor because of, or half a floor, because of us getting devoured at a 1 in 6 chance off the Mimic, which made us just kind of skip to the end. I theoretically could have done all the rooms, but it would have taken like 5 extra minutes, 3 to 5. Like it would have been so much longer without our mana generator. But I believe by the end of next floor we have the points. If not, we are very exceedingly close by that point. Because you get a really big burst once you finish out the floor. Where is Isabel on the leaderboard? I'm not sure. You can't actually see how far your guildmates are. So unless one of my guildmates are actually on leaderboard, I would have no clue to see how far they are. I'm not sure if any of my guildmates are on leaderboard. Not sure if anyone really tries for it on factions. And even if people are, they might have not done the battles yet. I'm pretty sure there's no one in my guild on leaderboard. We'll see. Nope, I'm wrong. Stardust is. Actually, Mustaine is too. Nice. I got 2 people in my guild. Back to back. Let's see who else. Okay, I'm already wrong. Back to back. We already have 2. Those might be the only 2 though. But yeah, we got 2 people. They're barely on leaderboard, but they're on leaderboard. Oh, they'll be a bit higher up as they do more battles. But yep, we got 2 people on leaderboard. Back to back. All the way at 199th place. But hey, it's still leaderboard. They're still in top 100. Still counts. Actually, this room alone might be enough points to already have enough. And if not, definitely by the end of 230 should be enough. Let's go do the next floor. He's burning, but there's no skull to kill him with, unfortunately. Now we don't have the mana to kill him with. And now he's dead. I like how because he was frozen and entangled, he was like, oh, I'm just going to ignore these 2 skulls. They act a bit weirdly when they're frozen compared to normal. Yep, 1 or 2 more battles will do it. Let's go claim our loot. Yeah, we even started. Well, we didn't start until like way late into the day. We didn't start till like, what, 3 hours ago? Oh, technically 2 hours ago if you count all the raiding and setup into it. Took like 40 minutes just to set up into it between upgrading the kingdom and doing those little initial battles and all that stuff. You're 470 and tired. Yeah, I don't advise doing it in one segment. You should definitely break it up. You have all weekend to do it, so it's not like the Tuesday factions where you have to do the entirety in one segment because it's such a short duration. I hated when I had to do those. We did it like 4 or 5 times. But when you have a weekend-long event, there's no point in doing it all in one day. You have 3 days to spread it out. Technically, it's more beneficial to not do it all in one day because you get more sigils that way. Which makes it so you could save sigils. Or, you know, not have to spend as much. At least in theory, anyways. Okay, 1 or 2 more battles should do it. So at this point, we might as well just finish out the whole floor, gosh. We already started. Oh, to go for here. We'll take that for now. Wait, I keep forgetting. We're actually on -1 green. I almost feel like changing that. These makes Essence kind of awkward as a rush option. In case we need to go for it as a rush option. Because if there's no purple on the board, we actually kind of want to go greens. It's very rare that there'd be literally no purple match on the board. But if we ever reach a situation where there is no purple match on the board, the inclination would be to go for green to try to mana generate. I should kill that Mimic. Oh, I can't. I forgot. You have Stealthy, don't you? Now you don't. Because now you are dead. But any other questions, anyone? Let me know. Otherwise, we'll call it a wrap after we finish out this floor. Go grab some dinner. If I have time, I'll try to go and fit in recording that video. Otherwise, we'll probably have it up tomorrow morning. And then tonight, in 4 hours from now, we'll do our nightly stream, where we shall continue the grinds. And hopefully go to about 300 or so. Maybe a little bit shorter than it, but probably to about 300. Then grind a bit off stream. What time will we start the 2 times bonus Fall Guy stream? It depends if I get the Gems of War video up tonight or tomorrow morning. I want to try for 10, but I have a feeling it's going to be closer to noon. No, it's not 2 times kudos, it's 2 times crowns. If it was 2 times kudos, we wouldn't bother. But 2 times crowns is very shiny. There's a bunch of people making jokes that 2 times 0 is 0. Because all the people that never get crowns. You know what would be a really cool event for Fall Guys? A special event where you get a crown if you qualify for final. But you also get 2 if you win final. So it's still a double crown event, but you also get 1 crown just for qualifying for final. Because then a lot of people that like never get crowns would just get flooded with crowns. I think they might do that after they realize how many people are going to get 0 crowns this event. Because by making it a 2 times crown event, it's just going to make all the people who are like decent at the game play more. Which will make the people who are average at the game get 0 crowns. Because all the people who are being decent will just beat them. Because it will attract all the better players to go get more crowns. Which will basically make it so people who are already getting no crowns are going to get even less crowns. Because the competition for the crowns will be even higher. Alright, let's see what we get for the orbs. So ironically, it would actually lower the amount of crowns that like average or below average players would get. Let's see what we get here. Blue, blue, blue. Purple? What's with the orange streak lately? At least we got a purple in there. Please, blue. At least 1. No! Well, we got a purple, but gosh, those orbs are bad. We've been on some really bad orb streak lately. Alright, there we go. And then we'll hopefully do to about 300-ish or so tonight. And go from there. Also, I should probably start doing skip method soon. I'm very tempted to start skipping starting tonight. We almost can. Let's see. We get 3 more sigils tomorrow. If we find 2 more Valravens within that time, we can skip. So, yeah, we could actually start skip method right now. Maybe do a few more for full, but I think tonight, yeah, we could start doing skip method. At this point. I think this might have been the last battle we actually do to full. Because we currently need... With the 3 battles we get tomorrow, we're at... oh, wait. Our sigil hasn't been taken away yet, so we technically have 22 right now. So that means we're at 460, which means we need 3 Valravens without spending more. So we need to go slightly further without skip, technically. Because we have to find 3 Valravens if we want to get it done tomorrow. Otherwise, we'd have to spend another 200 gems, which honestly I wouldn't mind doing. But, yeah, we'd have to no skip to about 300 then, I think. And then start skipping. Because by then we'd get at least 1 more Valraven. Ah, but then we'd still be 1 Valraven short, probably. Oh no, we'll figure it out. But, anyways, guys. Mountain Crusher, Hiking Iron Gut, Thrall, Karandura. Yep, that would work perfectly fine if you don't have a Zugoff. That would work perfectly fine. Double mana accumulation into Hiking Iron Gut, Karandura. Where you're mostly just using Karandura for its final trait. Though occasionally you might cast it for damage. If you can get a good burst down. But anyways, guys. Oh wait, Mello was saying something. Hello, you just tuned in. Welcome. You've probably answered the question, but what is a good troop if you don't have Zugoff? Oh, actually, someone already mentioned it. But yeah, Matt mentioned it. Mountain Crusher, Hiking Iron Gut, Thrall, Karandura. And if you don't have Karandura, you can use Curse Effigy, which is a really cheap option instead of Karandura. Though Karandura would be much better if you have it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with the faction as well as for the Mythic if you're going to be going for it. Still have another week for the Mythic. Also, don't forget, Hiking Iron Gut, still an event key drop table for the rest of today, tomorrow, and Sunday until Monday reset. So if you're still looking to pick that up, still got a few days for that as well, which is technically a better Mythic than the one that just came out in the drop table. However, you use different keys for both of them. So depending on which keys you have. But anyways, feel free to leave a like on the streams. Helps us out a lot. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll be back in like 4 hours from now. So pretty much very soon. Just going to grab dinner. If I can record the video in time. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough time to. Because I might take a little nap. But yeah, we might just do it tomorrow morning. But we'll try to get up soon. Obviously, we already covered the video on the Mythic. If you haven't seen it already, check that out. And we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. And have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone. Catch you later.